Guys, welcome back to another episode. After a decent break, actually, we couldn't record last week because of multiple reasons, which is fine, I guess.
I'm the
But
multiple reasons.
yeah, part of the multiple reasons. Uh, but in this time, obviously, we did something which we rarely do. Plan again. We planned for two consecutive podcasts, which is like crazy for this podcast. Somehow we ended up like planning what we'll do later, and this is just an attachment because of what happened in the last episode. I had a friend of mine also reminisce, who's a fan of the podcast. They're like, oh, you guys mentioned
We
serials
have
and
fans
stuff.
now. That's a
Yeah,
bit
Fans, fans.
unbelievable.
fans.
We'll
Someone
be
who I
starting
already
merchant
know for
ship.
3 years,
Please
but
wait.
okay.
Maybe they're just being nice to you.
Yeah, but if they're being nice to us by just giving watch time, I will welcome this friendship. Anyway,
Yeah.
we move. And today we have a topic with us, serials. Hence, why you can see some iconic backgrounds. PK has Mukta Mukta in his, and I have the ultimate meme lord of Indian silver
Kokila Ben.
screen, Kokila. There she is, Kontha.
And I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I forgot to do it. So yeah, I just have
yeah,
a
I
random bridge.
just forgot to do it because San
I have a random
Francisco.
bridge for the background. So that's all I can offer you guys. But
Yeah,
at the same time, I'll try finding something.
yeah.
Yep.
But
That's it.
since we have serials, I'll just ask you guys, what is your first memory or first serial that you watched or at least like came across, even if you didn't watch properly with story and stuff, but you're just like, okay, this is one of the first things I remember watching.
Uh, so I'll go with Kannada serials only because I haven't seen any Hindi serials. I mean, not like, of course, I would know all
You
these, but
have, but
yeah, yeah, but not like very
on the
close.
level of Kannada
What I
series. Yeah.
remember, yeah, what I
Actually
remember
found
was
something too iconic.
We'll
Let me
wait
put
for
it up.
that.
what I remember from like my core memories. There was this show called as Kadambari. The Kannada.
Yep,
It
yep,
was,
yep.
I think the actress was Shweta Sengappa. This was the first. This was the first one, and like, of course, I am not a very, you know, don't hate me, guys. I don't like any serials as much. So yeah, this was the one, and of course,
Oh,
the
there
like
it is.
my
I
mom.
love it.
Oh my god, this one. My mom used to
Yeah.
watch this movie, and yeah, that's the one I remember. A lot of people in my community back then used to watch. Where I
Yeah,
stayed, that was the one.
yeah. Jolly Holy,
What
yours.
about
First one.
Actually, wow, I don't really remember because I did not have cable growing up in my home. Okay. So, like,
you?
I don't know, I wouldn't really see a lot of Kannada TV serials and all of it. The only thing Max I saw was Doordarshan. So,
Oh,
whatever the
nice.
shit used to come on Doordarshan, that's all I've seen. They are
Is
serials you've never heard of. They used to come on
no, but
DD
they're
Channel
beautiful
only.
actually.
Random things. I used to watch them because I had absolutely no choice to watch. I could either watch my brother play FIFA or I could watch Kannada serials. Yeah, that was my only
Good
choice
either
of
ways.
entertainment. So
Yeah,
I would rather watch FIFA. But whenever I had like
good
summer
choice.
vacation and stuff, I would go to my Dodamamane to watch serials. And damn, that's where they have all these ETV shows.
Oh,
Remember ETV, Kannada?
Yeah, of
ETV
course.
That
before
was
color, before
that
color.
was OG, and they had so many
Oh,
shows. Like
way
I
too many.
can't remember the names. They had so many of them, and I would watch them
Oh,
all from 6 o'clock.
This used to come in ETV only, no? Mukta
ಶುರು
Mukta.
yeah.
ಆದ್ರೆ
This was-
ಮುಗಿತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. And also one more thing is the constant tension between my Dodama and Dodapa for the TV remote. One wants the news and the other wants the serial. And
That's
that
true.
used to be nuts. The dynamics where they both are like, hey, ನಾನ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಏನೋ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Dodama was like, ನಾನ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಸೊಸೆಗೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. That is the dynamics that used to happen in summer vacation.
It's
So
the
yeah,
Russian
that's probably
roulette
my
of it's the Desi households.
that's probably like my first memory of like Kannada TV serials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
Mine,
remember this a lot.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, again, it's because of like multiple different people. Like they would watch, and I would just sit there, and a lot of the times I've just like listen to serials. So my granddad used to watch a lot of the shows, and then I initially remember this Mane Ondu Moru Bagilu, which is like a
Ooh,
Oh
crazy
yeah,
show
yeah,
from
yeah.
back in the day that
yeah,
used to bang.
I remember.
I was like, I used to remember thinking like this is like an intelligent serial. You know, like this is back when like serials they had like proper story and they wouldn't just be like some commercial appeal thing where
Exactly.
you are going to just stretch it for the sake of it or like just for the heck of it or whatever. I think they
That's
were very pre-planned and I think they had a defined idea of what they wanted to do from quite a long time actually. And then later I saw the shift into all our OG serials that we'll talk about
generic ones.
later. This is because I used to hear, as I said, because I used to sit there below my TV. So if my TV was above, my PC was below, and I used to play Vice City. I
Yeah,
just get on
Vice.
Vice City and then just like drive around listening to rockstar songs, and then I would like just like drive along the map of GTA, and then I would hear stuff going on. Now, when you're watching Mane on the Muru Bagilu, like it has a story in it or whatever, okay. And then later it started moving into all these different ass shows, and I'm like, bro, what am I hearing? Sometimes I would just pause it, I just pull the chair back, and I'm like, did you just say that? Like, what did you just do? Yeah, this I don't know, man. I think this shift mainly happened after like 2010. I'll say like 2011, 2012 was where they just went like, "Yep, we going crazy now."
Yeah,
As
like
AJ
it's
told
crazy.
about this ETV, no?
Mm,
ETV. It
yes.
had a
Yeah,
lot of shows, dude. Like so many shows
like
I remember
very
now.
good ones.
Yeah.
Mukta Mukta was a really good show, I feel. Like,
I know
it showed the
Mukta Mukta was
courtroom.
so good. Now also I watch on YouTube with my parents.
Oh,
That's
wow.
Mukta
nice.
Mukta,
Okay. That I
Mayamruka.
don't know.
Such good
Hmm.
shows, incredible
I am
stories,
Randumb.
incredible direction. They were like, the present day web series where like people actually invest a lot of time.
Yes.
There
But the
was
sad
this
part is,
show. Yeah, yeah, go on. Go on.
the sad part for Kannada TV industry is they decided to go back in time. Like I think Maya Mruga came out in
Fair.
1994, if I'm not wrong,
Let
and
me
Yeah.
look it
the
up.
whole show was based centered on women. Like
Hmm.
Malavika was the main character, and Vidya, her sister, was the main character, and then their mother, and then Lakshmi, and it was a story about the struggle of modern women who are trying to establish something in their life. Like
Yeah,
Malavika was a girl,
Maya Mruga's first episode was aired in 1998.
1998. Okay, sorry. So it was like that. The whole show was based on like powerful women taking their own decisions and stuff. And then they're like 2020. What do we do? Let's make this housewife who loves her husband in spite of him cheating on her 500 times. In 2020, they're writing characters like that.
Yeah.
and
Should have
and
seen
even the
Crazy.
funniest part is they want to address colorism in India, where obviously
Oh,
ಬೆಳಗಿದ್ರೆ full ನಿನ್ಗೆ preference
yeah,
ಅಂತ. They're
you'll
trying
get
to delete
filtered.
colorism by showing more colorism. I don't know
Yeah.
the logic behind it, but yeah, we are going back in time as Kannada TV industry.
So how to show that people should be less racist? Take this mildly pale chick and make her like mega dark, so that now beauty is not in skin color. Like you could
I
have
have,
done better.
Yeah,
guys,
exactly.
I have two serials to talk about here. One, the first one is what AJ told about, a guy cheating 500 times on the woman or whatever. This is the one genre. And the one serial that struck me so much here was the show called Mangala Gauri Madhu. Okay, the show's
Let's
premise is pretty much the show's premise is there's a police guy. He's the protagonist. I mean, he's not the protagonist actually. No, what's her name? Mangala Gauri. She's the protagonist. So she marries this dude accidentally. Okay, the dude marries her because of some accident as such. He didn't actually want to marry her. They end up getting married in his home. No one knows that he is married,
Of
and he
course.
already has a girlfriend. Okay, who he has been loving for like what, some 7-8 years or
The
whatever.
Lakshmi Barama
And
dynamic, as I call it.
yeah. And then like the show goes on and on and on, and at the end, these two, who like the Mangala Gauri and his girl, this guy's girlfriend and the guy, all three
Mangala
of them
Gauri
are
and his
living together
girl.
in the same house. And this guy is all again married to his girlfriend also. They all are living, and none of them know. Like, oh my god, what is this?
You
And
Polygamy.
remember that one episode where Mangalagari, who has never like driven a cycle in her life, suddenly starts driving an ambulance in the most
yeah,
perfect,
bro, the madness, you don't know like what and
amazing
all is
way.
gonna happen.
She's just like
Fantastic shit.
she's pulling up in her ambulance, and I'm like, "How are you doing this, mother? Please teach me the ways
Literally,
of God."
Racist
bro,
Asoki.
the shit that goes on in that show is amazing. I'm like, I can't even, my brain can't process it, dude. Like, oh,
And
she
have you
becomes some
guys seen
surrogate
Anubandha
mother and all.
Awards?
Oh my
Sorry?
god.
Anubandha Awards.
Yeah,
Niಮಗೆ
yeah. Oh,
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ?
that's
Queen
another.
with
Love it.
Mangalgari.
Oof, that's another
Queens
episode
with
actually. If we can talk
and, and the
about
most funniest part is the categories they have. The categories of the
uh,
awards. There's no best
no.
actor, there's no best actor, there's no best I mean they
We
have,
are above
but
all.
They
it's
have, they
because
have.
ಮನೆಯ ತುಂಬಾ
ಮನೆಯ
ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್
ಮಗಳು,
ಸೊಸೆ, ಮನೆಯ ತುಂಬಾ
ಸೊಸೆ,
ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮಗು.
ಮಗಳು,
Basically,
Magu.
I mean,
anything,
you get
guys.
it. Basically,
Yeah,
they will give awards for everyone. You know how you're in first grade, they'll be like, "Oh, you're first, so we'll give you medal," and they'll give the medal for the rest 10 kids also. That's the
Most
whole point of
improved
Anupata Award.
kids. Most
Everyone
improved
will go with the
student.
trophy for some
Yeah.
or the other thing, and it's
see,
pretty
it's
hilarious.
fine,
Anupata
no?
Award is like
See, that is also
everywhere.
still fine because see, whatever they are doing it in their own whole thing, like their own universe, it's still fine. I don't have a problem with all
Universe.
of that. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. But with the serials only, dude, like the plot, man. Like, do they even think of a plot, or and just they arrive at the set and they're like, okay, let's
Freestyle
shoot some.
bolte hain.
I think it's the
That,
latter. They just, I feel like this is what they do. They're like, okay, on the basic plot line ಇದೆ,
hmm,
ಪುವರ್ ಹುಡುಗಿ ರಿಚ್ ಹುಡುಗ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮದ್ವೆ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಮದ್ವೆ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಸೊಸೆ ಸಾರಿ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಅತ್ತೆ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ, ಹಂಗೆ ಇದು
hmm.
ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್. ದೆನ್ ದೆಲ್
ಇದು
ಕಮ್,
ಬೇಸಿಕ್
ಓಕೆ
ಲೈನ್
ದೆಲ್ ಲೈಕ್
ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಓಕೆ
ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು.
ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸೊಸೆ ಏನೋ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಉಪ್ಪಾಕ್ತಾಳೆ, ಅದೇ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಅದ್ರ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್, ಅದ್ರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದ್ರ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಐ ಫೀಲ್ ಲೈಕ್
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೇನಂದ್ರೆ
ದಿಸ್.
ಅವರು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡೈನಾಮಿಕ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೀದಾ ಸೀದಾ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಫೇಸ್ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಥಿಂಗ್. ವರ್ಷ ವರ್ಷ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಒಂದ್ ವರ್ಷ
Yeah.
ಹುಡ್ಗ ಗಿಲ್ಟಿ ಆಸ್ ಹೆಲ್. He's like, oh my god, I like her so much, but I already married this girl by accident. Marrying this girl by accident, I don't get. I don't know if you guys have seen that reel. He's like, this girl told she just went to India to visit her family. By the time she told, she accidentally got married to her uncle's brother or something like that. Like, bro, how do you do this?
How does that even happen, fam?
ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಆಚೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದ್ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೆ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀಯಾ, ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತೀಯ, ಆಚೆ ಈಚೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀಯಾ, ಬರ್ತೀಯ ವಾಪಸ್ಸು. ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಮದ್ವೆಲಿ ಏನೋ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನೀನ್ ನುಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ತಾಳಿ ಕಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್.
ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೋಡಿದಿರಾ, ಈ ಶೋಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ಹೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ ಬಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್, ಓಕೆ, ಏನೋ ನಡೀತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾನರೇ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ಈ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಶೋ ಇತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವೇರ್ ದ ಶೋ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಹಾರರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಹಾರರ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಲೈಕ್, ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿದು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದ್ ಮಗು, ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಪಿಸಾಚಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಅದ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಐಮ್ ಲೈಕ್, ಏನ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಪ್ಯಾರಾನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು?
Crazy, like they create multiverses in multiverse.
Multiverses are
They are making their own inception.
They're Rick and Morty. They're Rick and Morty, bro. They're Desi Rick and Morty.
They are Rick and Morty. If you think about it, they're just Rick and Morty, but like on less drugs. That's
I
literally
think
a lot
Lakshmi
crazy.
Barama also is like Marvel, right? They have Lakshmi phase 1, and then Gombe
Yeah.
is phase 2 is Gombe. Phase 3 is they keep doing
by
this.
phase 3 Lakshmi will be changed. Some other Lakshmi will come.
Lakshmi.
No.
Yeah. And I remember this one episode. I don't remember what is the show. I think it's one new one only. ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಅವಳು ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟರ್ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಇವಳು ಪುವರ್ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಏನೋ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಏನೋ ಸೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಹೊಸದು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಶೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮದ್ವೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಅವ್ರು? ಹೆಂಗಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಏನೋ 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 ದೇವ್ರದ್ದು ತಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದೇನೋ ಸಿಂದೂರ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ನ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಕೈ ಚಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವಳ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಮದ್ವೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು.
This is bro, we keep doing like next time ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಡಬ್ಬಿ ಹಾಕಿಡಿ, ಇದು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ನಾನ್ ಕನ್ಸೆನ್ಸುವಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್. ಟು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್, just put a lid on it. Like you're destroying lives.
And one more I remember now. ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜಾನರ್, ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಒನ್. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅರ್ಜುನ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿಕಿನ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಅರ್ಜುನ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಇದು ಅಶ್ವಿನಿ ನಕ್ಷತ್ರ. The greatest show ever. The greatest.
You can go back to the previous podcast where you see me absolutely dying at
What's her name? Mayuri. No, she's her real name is Mayuri. She is Ashwini.
Her name is Mayuri. She is Ashwini.
Yeah.
She is Ashwini only.
Yeah.
It is Ashwini Nakshatra because it's double entendre, right? Because Ashwini and then Nakshatra because Ashwini is a Nakshatra and JK is a star. He's a movie star. So Nakshatra. There you go. Ashwini Nakshatra.
It was sort of like that Hindi show, Kumkum Bhagya.
I think most of the shows are like
this Kumkum Bhagya, Kundli Bhagya and all I haven't seen only, but like still I've heard they are very famous obviously, but you know.
ಬ್ರೋ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಇವ್ರುಗಳು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಶೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ತೊಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಈವನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ರೀಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ಶೋ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫೈನ್. ವೆನ್ ಐ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಒಂದು ಹಿಂದಿ ಶೋ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಸಮ್ ಬಾಲಿಕಾ ವಧುನು ಯಾವ್ದೋ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಯಜಮಾನಿ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
ಬಾಲಿಕಾ ವಧು ಇಸ್ ಪುಟ್ಗೌರಿ ಮದ್ವೆ.
Yeah, but this was similar to that plot only. Basically, there's a girl who's like what 12 or 13. She's married to a guy who's like 22. Child marriage. Okay, this is way before.
Ibru 13. At least they're maintaining quality there.
No, this guy is elder only. He is old.
Okay, I know Balika. Okay.
Yeah, he's 20, 22 or something, and she's married to him, but the guy is very progressive. He wants this girl to study, get educated and shit like that.
Okay, now I got to know which show you're talking.
Yeah, this is the one. Okay, ಅದನ್ನ ಇವರು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅದೇ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಯಜಮಾನಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ ದಿನ ಹಾಕೋರು, ನಂಗೆ ತಲೆನೇ ಕೆಟ್ಟೋಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ವೆರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್. ಒಂಚೂರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Putgori madhve also, Putgori wasn't even the highlight. The highlight was Ajamma.
Oh yeah.
The female did a great job. She was very scary, man.
Acting wise, people did a good job, bro.
Yeah, wasn't she in Big Boss as well?
Did she come?
I think she was in Big Boss. Yeah, Ajamma was in Big Boss. I think she was, yes.
Like, see, all these actors are actually pretty good. Okay, all these actors and actresses, everyone are like, most of them are at least really good. They know to act and stuff. The problem is the writing. So writing, I don't even understand what are they tripping on most of the time. The writing illa shows alla, like they don't take any ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ರಿಯಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. It's always like one household where there's one secret who they are trying to hold, like ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬಾರ್ದಂತ, ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತದು.
But ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, I feel like at some point of time, as a human, you should have guilt, right? Because when you're writing the number of episodes before the show starts, you're writing the 1678 and the secret ಮುಗ್ದೋಯ್ತು, ಆ ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ ಅದರ್ ಆರ್ಕ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ has passed, someone has died, and now the son is having some problem with some neighboring kid over there.
Horror start ಆಗಿದೆ next so
bro, like okay, now moving on to little to Hindi. Okay, what is that? Ye rishta kya kehlata hai, guru. 3 generation ಕತೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅವರು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ಒನ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನಿಂಗ್, ಹಿ ಗೇವ್ ಅಸ್ ಫುಲ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಚಾರ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ವಾಪಸ್ ವಿ ವರ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ಓಕೆ, ಸಮ್ವೇರ್. ಬ್ರೋ, ಐ ಲಾಫ್ಡ್ ಸೋ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ಸ್. Like there was one kid, okay, that kid is walking with his parents, And then he saw us laugh, like we're like a bunch of hyenas there just sitting and just like laughing our ass off at the story. The kid left traumatized, bro. He's like, why are these dudes like cry laughing like this? Because, bro, the shit I'm hearing, like, so, next level, to kill these 2 or 3 shitty characters, ಇಡೀ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಎಗರೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಹೊಡೆದೋಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಯಾವ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗ್ತಿದೆ, like for
Man,
do some other thing, no, like what?
swear to God. Wait, I remember her name. Her husband's name was Naksh, I think.
Nakshia,
Her kid's name
Nakshia,
was
yeah, yeah. Some
husband. She was
kid's
Akshay.
name, bro. Yeah. See, Nakshi is there for
Something
sure.
like something like this. Then her kids came, and then her grandkids came, but somehow she still looks 20. I don't know how's
Yeah.
that possible, but she
Also,
does.
you know
And
what?
then
2 or 3 episodes, 2 or 3 serious episodes, like people actually shot it with camera episodes, is all involving the kid swearing. ಅವನೊಂದು ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದು 3 ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್
whole
ಎಳ್ದು
family.
ಬಿಸಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. He's like, कैसे बोल दिया? What is this?
ऐसे
हमने
संस्कार
नहीं
हमने
सिखाया था
कब
ये सब.
सिखाए?
Yeah, कहाँ सीख
ऐसा
रहा है ये?
बच्चा कि there was one episode where his friend's friend or something, he gets caught with the weed or something, bro, and
Of
the
course.
whole
Weird.
family is just like, how is this? ಅವ್ನು ಮಾಡೇ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗ, ಅವ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದು.
Of
And one
course,
more
ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ
episode,
ಇವನ್
this is
ತುಂಬಾ
an
ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವನಲ್ಲ
actual
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
ये
Hey,
रिश्ता
but
क्या
did they
कहलाता
actually
है
go with
episode.
weed and all? Drugs
Of
ಬಗ್ಗೆ
course,
ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಡ್ರಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅದೇ. Wait, this is crazy. This is an actual episode of Ye Rishta Kya Kehlata Hai. I think this is the second or the third phase. I think it's about her grandkids.
phase again, yeah.
So imagine this, okay? It's a normal businessman family in some small town in India, North India. And guess who is their chief guest?
Don't
Salman
tell me,
Khan.
yaar. Oh my
Salman
God.
Khan.
What? I was going to, no
कि
cap, no
हमने
cap. I was going
सलमान
to say
खान को
Deepak
बुलाया
Kalal.
है इस शादी के संगीत में, वो आ ही रहे हैं, एंड हमने प्रॉमिस किया है दीदी को कि उनके संगीत में सलमान खान जरूर आएंगे. देन सलमान खान doesn't turn up. Obviously, why would he turn up?
Why would he?
Be realistic, bro. It's so crazy. It's that show is so unrealistic, and for them, they used to invent their own problems. Like or problems ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದೇನೋ ಸಣ್ಣ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ದಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗ ಏನೋ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಅಂತ, ಅದೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು 10 ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರು ಫುಲ್ ಅವ್ರ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ, ಅವ್ರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್, ಅವ್ರ ತಾತ, ಅವ್ರ
One more.
ಮುತ್ತಾತ,
ಅಲ್ಲ,
ಅವ್ರ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಅಜ್ಜ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಬರೋರು.
ಗೈಸ್,
ಅದೇ
30s
ಅವ್ರು
ಡೆಕೇಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮದ್ವೆ ಒಂದು ಅಂತ ಆಗದಿದ್ರೆ ಡ್ರೇಕ್ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ರಿಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಬುಕಿಂಗ್ ಡ್ರೇಕ್ ನೌ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರಿಸಿ
but ಈ ಹಿಂದಿ shows ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನ್ ನೋಡ್ರಂಗಂದ್ರೆ, of course, this is one of the shows I really loved was CID back in the day. Like, I used to
me and
binge
my
on
we are not
homies
gonna
me and my homies love CID.
we love
I
CID.
yeah, I love
It was
ಇವಾಗ್ಲೂ
ridiculous,
ಒಂದು
but we love it.
ಚಾನಲ್ ಇದೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ, I don't know, ಒಂದು ಚಾನಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 24/7 CID ನೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಬರಲ್ಲ. It's just
ಸೋನಿ
CID. I think
ಸೋನಿ
yeah, Sony.
ನಂಗೊತ್ತು ನನ್ಗೆ ಫ್ರೀ DTH ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೊಂದೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು.
ನನಗೂ ಬರುತ್ತದೆ.
ಸೋನಿ ಪಲ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Yes.
Sony, yeah, some weird channel. It is 20, like even if I turn on the TV now, CID ಬರ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್. Like
Hey, tell
will
me
be
the
coming
channel,
up.
no, I'll watch.
Wow.
ಸೋನಿ ಲಿವ್
Yeah,
ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡೋಣ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ.
Come on.
CID, but CID was such a, like, classic show. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ I don't know, like maybe it's gone now. I don't know how it is going. But ಮುಂಚೆ I used to love it so much. And since I'm horror fan, there used to be some episodes where CID would like go into that horror zone, like one
Yeah,
crazy
Yeah.
ಬಿಡೋರು. And
they
ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ
would
they used
become
to,
BuzzFeed
they used to
Unsolved for like some episodes.
they used to
I'll
go
never
into this
forget that, man.
horror movies ನ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಲೈಕ್ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ರಾಸ್ ಮೂವಿ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡೋದು, ರಾಸ್ 3 ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಓಕೆ, ರಾಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋದ್ವಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ಓ ವಾವ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಮೇಜಿಂಗ್.
ನನಗೆ ಹೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಬ್ರೋ, I remember, like I'll never forget the day when this one collaboration episode happened, and like ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬಾ ಲೈಕ್ ಫೇಟಲ್ ಇಂಜುರಿ ಆಗೋ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾರ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಏಟ್ ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಅಭಿಜಿತ್ಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲಾನು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವನು ನಮ್ಮೇನು ACPಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಗಾಡಿ ಏನೋ ಗುದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was there like this, okay, I'm eating my chapati chicken curry. I'm like, I stopped and I was like, AC pig bitta. I'm like, what?
Dude, there
Already
were
Abhijit
episodes
is
where
injured.
ACP was killed. No, ACP was killed. He's resurrected.
Yeah.
Then they realized he was
After
acting.
that bullshit, okay. Even Daya got no, Daya's love got married to someone else. They started
Love got
making
married
it
to
a
someone else. Yeah.
literal TV show. They forgot the whole
Wait,
crime thing. They're
did
like,
she
a
get
personal
married? Did
lesson
she
from
get
Friday.
married or did the marriage get cancelled? Because you can't cheat on
I
my
don't remember, but I do know that one meme where Daya is just standing.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
he's sad. Abhijit is
yeah, I've
checking on him.
seen
He's
that.
like, bro, ye theek hai kya?
Bro, ಏನು ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ
And,
ತಾನೆ.
and also one more thing about the CID show is I used to be so scared. I'm like, oh my god, what will happen to these CID people? What if they get
Yeah,
shot like the
yeah.
bad people? I used to be like, oh my
They
god, I
never
hope
get
they
shot.
survive. And it's a fucking show. I don't know why. I used to be like,
Yeah,
I hope they
even I used
survive
to
for
think
like
it was
My
2 years.
real,
most
dude.
my most troubled face was when Abhijit had his villain arc, and I was like, no, he's my
Yeah,
favorite
before of
character. He can't go with the bad
yeah,
guys. We need Abhijit in the
Dr.
yeah.
squad.
Sarika.
Was
ಅಭಿಜಿತ್ goes into
like,
that very lost phase, no? ಅವ್ನಿಗೇನೋ ತಲೆಗೆ ಏಟಾಗಿ ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟವನು ಮತ್ತೆ
ಹೌದೌದು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ he's some villain. He was a drug dealer. ಏನೇನೋ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. Like, ಇದು ಅಭಿಜಿತ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ
That's
ಇದೀರಾ?
what I told. There was a point where they stuck to CID, and after that, they're like, fuck it, we'll do multiverse, we'll add Thabki Pyar Ki, we'll add all those arcs, we'll make our
ಎಲ್ಲ
own thing.
ತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅವರು.
And it was still watchable, okay? It was still
Bro,
watchable.
I used to
They
love
would
it.
do such random things. And also, my favorite part about CID was the scientist.
Oh,
Because
Salum,
you would
Oh,
talk,
Salum,
okay? I would
Dr.
write
Salum.
one
yeah.
question.
Salute.
I would be like, photosynthesis is the process by which plants make their own food. Plants make their own food by photosynthesis. That's exactly how that dude used to talk. He'll be
Yeah.
like, "Iski maut शायद बुलेट से नहीं हुई है." And then
Bullet.
ACP is like, इसका मतलब वो गन से
Some
बुलेट नहीं चलाया. He's like, नहीं, इसका मतलब उसकी
He did a
मौत
balaya buy in the
चाकू से
ऊपर
हुई है.
ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
इसका मतलब उसकी मौत चाकू से हुई है. And Pradyuman is like,
Wow.
अच्छा, his iconist thing is that, no, यहाँ तो गड़बड़ है. And then he's like,
कुछ
हाँ,
दाल में
गड़बड़
कुछ
है.
काला
चाकू
है
में
दया.
गड़बड़ है.
दाल में कुछ
तो
काला
गड़बड़
है.
है.
They would just twist and turn their own statements, and I would be like,
See,
damn,
for
this is
men may
science.
come and men may go,
This
but
is
Daya
science.
Darwaza Todo lives on forever.
That's
Ain't
the
no
OG.
replacement.
No, but you
Oh
brought
my
up Dr. Salum Keno. I remember one particular episode where they find drugs, okay? They found cocaine. And I was like,
Ooh.
cocaine explain ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ಗೆ. So they're like, okay, now we'll go full Breaking Bad ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ. What Dr. Salum Keno does is he takes cocaine, he puts it in a petri dish, and then he licks the cocaine and he starts rotating in a single position, and then it's like, oh my god, this is a very dangerous drug. It's called cocaine. I'm like, who's consuming cocaine
You
while
guys.
Dr. Salunke was wild, okay? You tell him this is poison, he'll be like, मैं चाट के test करूंगा ये poison है
Yo,
कि नहीं.
who's the
He's
guy?
so wild.
Who's that scientist or like chemist? The guy who used to lick all acids or like whatever elements he used to find, and then eventually because of that, like something.
Yeah, that's how he died also. I think he licked ozone or something. He was the one who
Yeah.
discovered oxygen and all. Yeah, that
Yeah,
dude is
something
basically
happened.
Salunke
Yeah,
reincarnated.
he's Salunke people, Salunke. He's Salunke without a family like that. He's not a
Man,
Marathi
I want to
person.
mention this one show, Adalat. Adalat was an
Ah,
amazing show.
it was a
It
good show.
had great
I haven't
plot,
seen it.
very
yeah.
good story, and Ronak Roy as the lawyer was amazing. And he used to be like a defense attorney, right? So
Yeah.
it was just so much more cooler to see the show from other
I
perspective.
used to
It was
think
nice.
it's the Kannada version, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಕ್ತ ಹಿಂದಿ version ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ.
No.
But ನಾನು
No,
Way,
ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ.
no,
way
it was a
different, way
crime show
different.
only. They would just deal with crime things. But he was a defense attorney who would defend his clients, say, and prove them innocent by finding the right killer.
But
It was good.
didn't get ಒಂಥರ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೆಟ್ಟೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ because
ಕೆಟ್ಟೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು.
They did some
he
action
goes like a
sequences and
dinosaur.
stuff with it. I think.
Dinosaur and chase ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾನ ಅವನು, some shit like that and all had happened in the
What?
Okay.
yeah. That's
Man,
what
I've
I'm
seen like initial ones, and I used to love Adalat. Adalat was a great episode. And Crime Patrol was genuinely terrifying. I
Oh
could
my
not
God.
sit through it.
I'm
I
No,
would
also
I,
watching.
I
I
I
would
still
watch
watch
it.
Crime Patrol.
I would
Wow.
watch it, and next day I would not have the courage to go out of my home. Crime
Oh
Patrol
yeah.
was
That
very,
was
very
enough. Yeah.
effective in that sense.
I
They
would
would be like,
yeah,
you're
I
not
was
even
very
safe
because of
in your own room. Crime Patrol gave
yeah.
me paranoia.
Satark
That's where I
rahiye,
started
सावधान
parameter
रहिए.
too.
He's like सतर्क रहो. The
Crime
person
Patrol.
sitting next to you. You have a cat in your home. सतर्क रहिए. ये आपकी मौत हो सकती है. I like it. See, with this thing, okay, with this Crime Patrol, this actually reminded me. So this is in a phase where a lot of like in ಮನೇಲಿ ಇನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ. Like occasionally we do watch Crime Patrol if it like comes. But so this is at a phase when Crime Patrol we used to watch a lot. I was coming back from my uncle's place. There's this area called Nagarbavi. Okay, now this Nagarbavi is is a place where there's like a bunch of factories and stuff too, and there's this one over Shriram. So there's this space where yo Shriram.
What is this inside you?
Okay. So in Naganbavi, there's a place where there is like 4 or 5 factories in a square Antanko. And there is one open end to it, which leads into the main road. And then if you go through this road, that is where you enter like a mud ground, and it is covered by a bunch of granite factories and stuff. My auto guy, I'm coming from there, Nagarbavi to Malleshwaram. This is a few years ago. And then I'm just sitting there in my auto. This guy is like, boss, ಏನೋ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. He has stopped the auto in the middle of this mud ground where there is 4 factories over there. ಎರಡು factory ಆಚೆ, 2 uncles are standing like this, leaning on a jeep. Okay. One more factory that side, there is a guy legitimately welding is going on and he's over there. He's like welding stuff. And then there is one uncle sitting next to him. He's smashed as hell. He's leaning all the way back and smoking. I'm like, bro, this is where my kidneys are gone or I'm gone. I'm like,
You're done.
what do I do? I was like, yeah, I'm like, or I'm going Malaysia, see that. And then I was like, over for me. Then this guy, all he had to, he gets a package, and this got me more worried. I still don't know if if I came back home with a proper person. He jogs back to the auto with a brown package. He sat there and then he's like, sorry boss, late I okay. And he's jogging and then he blasted the auto, bro. Like he legit reached from that side to Malleshwaram as early as possible. I got down and I was like, did I fight death today? Because it was such a sus moment. And like you see, the area that I named previously is it's like an area which is built on a hill pretty much. So it's like very up down, and then it's a residential area one side, and then there's a bunch of like these factories and stuff. Okay, where these places are, you can't see a single home. I was so worried for like that 15 minutes span. I'm like, will I ever come back? And all this is because of Crime Patrol. I was like, I'm never gonna come back home. My parents are gonna get the news. And I was like, shit, it's over. Now that we have gone past that, like I'm trying to remember, there's a bunch of iconic shows that I haven't seen. Like I know you could get crucified for shit like this, but Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma, I could never get into it. Like I
I've
don't know,
seen a
it
few
just
episodes.
too. No, like I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes like that, and that is fine. But I've never like actually gotten into it. I just know the names of some of the characters. That's all. I've seen like mad fandom for the show, and not really my thing, I can say.
It's a
Then
very like famous show in North, no? Like a lot
of
of
course,
people
yeah.
watch it.
Actually,
In Belgaum,
there was this channel called Big Masti, and it used to have a bunch of it used to have a bunch of shows which I really used to like. It used to have one show called Akbar Birbal. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that
that
was
was funny. I've seen it too.
that was
Oh my
very
god, that
funny.
was very funny.
And like
T2.
seriously, oh, you know what? But these are the ones. Disney Channel Hindi shows, Best of Luck Nikki,
SF
and this
Lucky,
That's
Karan and
uh, Suit Life
Karan
of
and
Karan and Kabir.
Life of Karan and Kabir.
Yeah,
then
And yeah, these were
Cody,
nice.
Suit Life of
that
Cody,
only.
something like that.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody ka remake is only Sweet Life of Karan and
Remake is
Kabir.
Karan and Kabir.
Acha.
But Best of Luck
Tanmay
Nikki, the side
ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಲ್ವಾ
characters
ಅದನ್ನ?
were bomb.
Yeah, Tanmay wrote it. Yeah, Tanmay Bhatt
Tanmay
wrote
wrote
it.
it.
Really?
Yeah, Tanmay
Yeah.
Bhatt wrote it.
Oh, I never knew that. That's nice.
This
That's nice.
and also this. I mean, they made a spin-off show from Sweet Life of Karan and Kabir. It's Tara Sutaria's Lagere Ho Jaisi. That was not nice actually. It was quite mid itself.
Never seen.
There
Yeah,
was
but
a show, no, copied Friends, like but ಹಿಂದಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ. ಇವನ್ ಇದಾರೆ, ನಿಖಿಲ್ ಚಿನ್ನಪ್ಪ is there in that. He
oh,
is like
I
Joey.
don't know. Yeah, there
There
was
is
a
a show,
bunch
Man,
of
no?
very old shows actually where
man, Sarabhai versus Sarabhai was
yeah,
great.
see, Sarabhai versus Sarabhai. I
That
still
was
watched.
absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, my
Too good.
family still rewatched it sometimes in like lockdown and all. It was like quite fun.
And there
I
was this one more
remember
called
a lot of,
Khichdi.
huh?
What?
Khichdi was fun.
Khichdi,
Khichdi.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
See, I don't like Khichdi that
It was
much.
kind of funny.
It was
Khichdi was
alright, I
nice.
This
feel.
show I
But
remember from
Sarabhai versus
Pogo
Sarabhai
only.
was too good. And there were a
We
lot of
should,
Doordarshan shows from the 90s. I don't know if you guys know them.
Yeah,
You had,
yeah.
it's called, I think,
oh my God, guys, did we
Dunia.
forget one of the
Dunia.
craziest
What?
show, Hero, Bhakti Hi Shakti Hai.
Bhakti hi Shakti hai.
Wow, I
My
did not know that.
God,
Hero
man.
Huh?
की
You
क्या
don't know
बात
that?
है.
Oh my
माँ
God.
दुर्गा
DJ
इसके साथ है.
I'm not seeing this.
Yo,
Yo,
Yeah.
this was some gold.
bro, the
It's
hero
the
intro, bro. The hero intro. The tension in the hero intro itself. We were like, ugh.
so basically, AJ, I'll tell you what the show is about. There's a guy who's very like naive, innocent. He's basically uh, Rahul Mehra, the Koi Mil Gaya kind of a guy
Okay.
in reality. But his parents are like huge, like they're religious people and all. So they have always asked him to pray to Lord Durga Ma here, and they've asked him to say like whenever you're scared or whenever you're in trouble, just pray to her.
Mantra.
She'll save you. So this guy gets a ring. Okay. So whenever shit goes down and something happens, on a ring hakontane and he says this thing, Bhakti hi
Bhakti
Shakti
hi
hai,
Shakti hai.
and done. Anna, the biggest fucking legend in the world, he becomes.
And he has
There's
two
even
supporters.
there are two supporters
Yeah.
also. They come with him, and if he comes back to his normal state, those two supporters they become dolls. You're a doll ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ
Oh,
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರು. Shit like
concept
that.
ಎಲ್ಲ
Okay.
crazy ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
They had everything,
And if
bro.
you
They had Parman, they had Power Rangers, Shaktiman, everything in one.
And you know what they did at one point? They even try. If you see his costume, no, it's pretty much Flash only. Flash the
Yeah.
full yes, but hackero. And there's one episode where the dude is trying to cross speed of light.
Yo.
He's
Damn,
like
it's literal
running. He's like I want to cross the speed of light. Like oh
Bre-
my god.
Brent
crazy.
Barry, badass Babua.
Man, did we forget the iconic Mahabharata and Ramayana?
I was
from the
about to bring it up. Too
Yeah,
good.
the greatest.
Absolutely mind blowing. Perfectly
So
done.
good.
I can watch it like now also. It's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
So good.
Although I feel like the original Mahabharata, I mean, yeah, in hindsight, the casting is a bit ass actually. Like for me, Bhima is a very pivotal character, and I feel like the casting for Bhima was just a bit like this.
I
We're
mean,
gonna
for
take
that
this
time, I
bulky
don't think
guy.
it was a problem. It was good
No,
only. Like
but
Yeah,
when
I
it.
mean,
it's
that one
a
was good. The Star Plus
it's
one was also good, the new one.
Star Plus one. I love it because
Yeah,
we were
the music,
studying
the theme
Mahabharata
was
as
very
well.
good.
We used to study Mahabharata as our Hindi supplementary that year as
In
well.
8th standard, it was coming. I remember. It used to come in Star Plus.
No, I think we were in seventh.
Krishna has a
Eighth
lot of
was
like huge
Seventh or
fans.
eighth?
seventh, I guess.
The Krishna guy
His
who
acting
played
was
the
too good, bro. He and
Yeah,
Karna, I feel.
yeah.
Built
yeah
for
he
the
Bro,
was
role.
good.
Shakuni is the MVP for me,
Oh,
like in
yeah.
terms of acting.
Mm.
I think his acting was good. My favorite was Dhritarashtra because he's never looking into the camera. He's just angry and looking over there. I
Hey,
mean, like, okay.
Dhritarashtra, the guy who didn't on ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೂವೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾಡಿದನಲ್ಲ
Yeah,
ಗುರು
he
ಏನೋ
has
ಅದು
done.
In
He
the
has
dead.
done. I can't remember which
ಯಜಮಾನ
Kannada movie.
ಕನ್ನಡ Darshan movie. He's the villain.
Beautiful movie.
Darshan,
I have no opinions to give. Absolutely OP 10 on 10
amazing
crazy.
movie.
Full
Please watch
sport
it.
hai. Hamare
If I
side.
speak,
Yeah.
I'm in trouble. So
Yeah.
If I
I rather
speak, I
not.
mean, trouble.
Wait, now you guys explain what is happening in your background.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, this one. Let's go into the
I
Mukta
literally
Mukta
know the
Mukta
song for your background.
Mukta
तुम
Mukta.
चने में कुकर तुम
No,
कुकर में
no.
चने है ना
रसोई में समथिंग चने में
हाँ
कुकर छोड़ के रसोई में कौन था मैं थी तुम
हाँ
थी कौन
मैं
था
थी
तुम कुकर में
Mukta.
चने चढ़ा के
हाँ
आ, तब रसोई में कौन था
yeah
वहाँ
something
कौन
like
था
that it is I
मैं
don't
थी
remember
तुम थी
Yashad.
मैं
मैं
थी
थी
तुम
तुम
Yashad.
थी
थी
कौन
कौन
था
था
कौन था राशि कुकर में से चने निकाल दिए और
लिए
खाली
और
कुकर
खाली
गैस
कुकर गैस पर
पर
चढ़ा दिया
What is
Yeah,
like so good, bro.
No,
So
that's
best
crazy.
part is very good. वो राशि थी
Yash,
कुकर में से
yeah,
चने
Yashraj
निकाल
Mukherjee,
लिए that is prime Yashraj Mukherjee.
Oh man.
too good. Nowadays it's like okayish, but I mean he's still good though. Like,
I
that one
think
was good,
he
and
popped off in lockdown only.
the one with
Party हो रही
Shehnaz
है.
Gill was very good. The
Oh,
Kutta
that
Kangi,
सादा कुत्ता कुत्ता
that was also
that one.
yeah, that was also nice. And then
क्या करूं मैं मर जाऊं?
क्या करूं मैं मर जाऊं मेरी कोई feelings नहीं है. Yeah, that was also good.
Then
Yeah,
one
that
more
one.
was there, no? This ಇದ್ರ ಈ ತರ ಶೋ ಏನೋದು
Bikini shoot.
ಎಮೋಷನಲ್ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ ಎಲ್ಲ
Ah,
ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು
That one was
ಬಿಗಿನಿ
also
ಶೋ
good.
ಬಿಗಿನಿ ಶೋ
two piece only.
ಎಮೋಷನಲ್ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ
Best friends थे
I know actually I was
अच्छे
watching
friends
Tanmai's video
close
today
friends थे
reacting to that
अच्छे
video.
friends हो गए best friends हो गए फिर last time why do I
पहले
know
हम
all
फ्रेंड्स थे फिर अच्छे फ्रेंड्स हो गए फिर बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स हो गए फिर
ಬೆಸ್ಟ್
हम
ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್
अपने
बन
लव
गया
love
स्टार्ट हो
stops
गया
हो गए
dude that's
the
gold
dude in that
content
interview is just like big
he's like
huh?
biggie
no but in that remember Tanmay in the reaction video he goes is like sorry but you're so gawar that like I couldn't
Goa.
listen
I don't
and then
understand
like
that you're saying bigini
actually I
because I
couldn't
thought
hear because there's Kajal in my ears also.
Kajal in my ears also. Yeah, that's working so good. And then the Nishant asks, he's like, Kajal, is he wearing Kajal? He's either wearing Kajal or he's
ये
anime.
anime में है या
People like,
इसने काजल पहना
like,
god
what?
honestly Kokila Ben was amazing
yo
I
look
used to
Uh,
at
hate
her
her I used to hate her when I used to watch, but honestly, she was a real OG. She scolded her son when he was wrong, and she supported her, Bahu. She was quite rare in that sense.
wow,
So
character
Kokila
analysis.
Ben is an honest OG. Lot of respect for her, and she was damn strong though. Like I would never be able to talk a word in front of Kokila Ben.
yeah
I would just
I
shut up.
don't know how to describe it but in some sense she does look like Dragonite.
Wow.
I don't
Okay.
know
Crazy
man
man,
why I don't
Kokila
know why
Ben.
I just think of Dragonite sometimes.
And also, you've observed this one thing in Hindi serials. The longer is your bindi, your
Hmm.
length of the bindi is directly proportional to how shitty you are as a
Or
person.
powerful how powerful you are.
Like,
Or,
yeah,
or
powerful
intimidate.
or like villain. Like, ಎಷ್ಟು
Yeah,
ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಿಲ್ಲಿ
intimidate.
ಎಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಾಲೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀಯ ಅಷ್ಟು
It's
ನೀನ್
like the
ವಿಲನ್
upper moon thing, right? It's like the upper moon thing. Our kannal ಬರ್ದಿರುತ್ತೆ number, your amount of bindi. She goes like, so I'll put a silver one here, and then I go red, 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 or blue, 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 green, 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 and then the silver one here.
There'll be like transformation, red, 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 orange. Then it'll go like full spectrum ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ.
I think a big forehead is a huge requirement, or something like
Yeah.
Is he taking a dig on me? He was
that.
taking a dig on me.
No,
My forehead is so
You
big.
can
Oh
think
my
about
god.
it.
But it's all right.
I didn't even see that angle,
Okay,
but
let
okay.
me tell about what is happening in the background of the picture.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, please do your own.
So yeah, that's the image, and this show is called Thapki Pyar Ki.
Upkeep, yeah.
I'll tell you
The
why
great
it's
show.
Thapki pyar ki, I think she can't spell the letter th, or she spells something else as th. Okay, basically ತೊದಲ್ತಾಳೆ ಅಕ್ಕ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ she ಥಪ್ಕಿ ಪ್ಯಾರ್ ಕಿ. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, this is literally a headlines, okay, from Hindustan Times. It says,
I'm already bored.
Thapki Pyar Ki introduces a new love triangle with a gorilla.
Oh, I have a very bad joke in my head.
Yeah, I had to
And
like
like
just calm myself down.
I have a
They
really
copied
dark.
King Kong and they got it in this. And this gorilla suit is incredibly crazy. It's like they stole it from Kids Carnival and they came. They barely put any effort to make it even look like a gorilla. You can so clearly say it's stolen off some, Atrupai Jatre. It's so bad. Oh my god. I think
Interview
the show
Delva, the
ended.
guy who has done it, the guy who has
Look at the
acted as the
gorilla.
gorilla on the interview there.
Wow.
He
Look at the
says he
way
has,
she's seated, bro. Look at
yeah,
the
he
way
says
she's.
like, no, he says he has like done theater and all for this. Andre, I had to understand like ಅವನೇನೋ full method acting ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಪ್ಪ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ.
A
I'm
big
like, oh my god, Christian Bale ಯಾವಾಗಿಂದ ಬಂದ
Bro,
ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ.
my worry with this background is, bro, her back gonna break. Like, what is that? She leans a bit more. She's there for longer. Her back will break. That's some Emily Rose's exorcism stuff.
Okay, Akash.
ಇನ್ನೇನು
I
Time
think
ಮುತ್ತ ಮುತ್ತ ಟೈಟಲ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
I think I shot myself in the face with that one.
ನೀನ್ ಮುಕ್ತ ಮುಕ್ತ ನಂಗ್ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಅದೇನೋ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾ 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 ನಾ
Yeah, Durati
yeah, this one
Jiva Hinduti, something like that.
ನಾ.
And then Mukta
it's
Mukta
a
Mukta
really
In
was
good
this
song.
Mukta
crime,
before.
the
Was
Mukta
crime
Mukta, it's a
Mukta.
good song.
case, the whole trial was very good. I used to
Yes.
watch
Very
it
good,
just
yeah.
for that one thing.
I used
Yeah.
to sit every night like I used to watch it. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಕ್ಕತ್ತಾಗಿರೋದು ಅದು. The it's the whole case of finding out who killed the chief minister or something. No, like
Chief Minister
who
ಅಲ್ಲ,
did it?
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು like ಏನೋ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ತರ.
Okay, yeah, so that's what some like high power authority, some group
ಹ್ಮ್.
they have killed and they have to figure it out. And there are like 150 people whom he has to like ಕರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು like figure out what has happened.
Yeah.
The pacing is really good. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ show. I mean, I would love to watch it again
And
also.
all the
Sometimes,
like fake evidence and all of it. Too good, man.
yeah,
Mukta
they've
Mukta
done a
is
good job. They've done a good job. It's really good. I think Ravi Belagere was the judge in this show.
But
Mm.
NC Taraman, he writes great stuff.
Beautiful.
Mukta, this Mahaparva and Mangalu Janaki, all these ones were really
Magalu
nice.
Janaki
I
was
mean, you
great
know
show.
what? It's a bit of an L that Mangalu Janaki couldn't get an ending because of the
I
pandemic.
know, I know.
He was going in a very good direction actually. I was actually sitting and watching with my dad as well.
Even
It
me.
was going in a good direction, and then COVID happened and messed everything up.
But for me, I think Maya Murga is my favorite.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I forgot to talk
Malavika,
about this guy. Arundhati.
ನಾನು
Well,
ನೋಡಿದೀನಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ,
I haven't seen.
ಮರ್ತೋಗಿದೆ ನನಗೆ.
I, I used to watch this show like every day. Like ನಾನು ಪ್ರತಿ
I've
ದಿನ
seen,
ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು
but
ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ.
ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ನನಗೆ.
It was that like ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ.
Yeah.
Of course, religion ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ, ದೇವ್ರು and stuff like that. But
You know what? Actually, this reminds me a letdown of a show. Could
which
have
one?
had so much potential. What is that Master Anand thing? The horror one.
ಗುಡ್ಡದ ಭೂತ.
No. Nigoda Ratri. Bro,
ನಿಗೂಢ.
they were doing well, man.
ನಂಗೆ
It
ಅವೆಲ್ಲ
was.
ನೋಡಕ್ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Ayyo, bro. I used to be shit scared, okay, but I was like, I need to understand what's going on. And it's just nothing in the end, bro. Just like let down it was. I felt so.
ಗುಡ್ಡದ ಭೂತ, you guys remember? It was old show. Prakash Rai had done it like
Yeah,
1992.
that is the sort of shit that would scare me.
ಗುಡ್ಡದ ಭೂತ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೊಂಥರ ಮಿತ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಇರೋದು ಏನ್ ಲೈಕ್
Yeah,
ನಮ್ಗೆ
bro,
ಉಡುಪಿ
for me, I think
ಮಂಗಳೂರು
if it is not obvious in the face, like just scary, like story ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಂತಿರುತ್ತೆ. So, like, as a when I was very young, even Nagamandala I used to be a bit scared. I was like,
Oh,
That was the
I was
same.
like,
Nagamandala.
it's just like I don't know
Beautiful.
what if it like happens off or something like that.
Dude, the mystery element in Nagamandala is so good. And the like whole vibe of the movie, ತುಂಬಾ
Yeah,
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅದು.
it's really nice. It
Why
addresses
this
so
no one has
many
never seen
societal issues.
issues exactly. It was like a movie way ahead of its time. If
Exactly. Yeah.
anyone
Yeah,
who's
definitely.
watching this hasn't watched this movie, please watch it. It's a really, really good movie. Like
Yeah.
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. I love. It's a bit for like ಒಂಚೂರು matured audience go ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು movie.
Yes.
It's not like everyone can watch it, but it's a
Yeah.
Mm.
really good Nagamandala.
But
Core
you know,
memory
when
building.
it comes to show, you have to mention this because I don't know how we've not talked about this. And you guys will be like, yeah, of course, Malgudi days. Like that's
Ah,
just the best.
the
That's
goat.
It has got me through
childhood.
a very it has got me through a very ass period actually. When I was rewatching this on Hotstar, I was very sick. Okay, like I had this very bad viral fever for like 21 days or something. And throughout the whole thing, I just sat and saw like multiple different episodes from this and all. Like, bro,
I
Master
will.
Manjunath, everyone knows Master Manjunath because of this. I've seen all pretty much like most of the movies that he has done, but the work in this is so nice. Like, the actors in this just absolutely brilliant, bro. Like, different
Actor, director, writer,
Goat.
music, the cartoons.
the aesthetic,
I
bro.
think it's the best TV
Best.
show
Yeah.
Indian television has seen. I'm gonna say it,
I
but
think
yeah,
it's
I
up
feel
there. Definitely
best
up there.
adapted Indian TV show.
Yep. Easily
they
because
Best
didn't
act.
fail they didn't fail the cartoons at all, bro. Like it is such a beautiful thing. I say this all the time to anyone who we have studied with or whatever. In our NCRT Hindi textbooks from primary and all, like I'm never going to forget those because they've etched in images in my brain. Like these images, if and like a lot of people do this, right? When we read, you like to visualize those things, and just you sit there and visual. I think when we were in, so this is like 2009, when we were in the third grade, we had this one poem where there's this one gully there, and the guy is describing this gully, okay, and I'm like, we are in a much more privileged situation or whatever else, where like in your home, our homes, we are much more privileged. You guys were in the city, I was in a city, but you would like to exchange that for this for some amount of time
Mm.
at least, because I used to genuinely sit there, okay, and I'd be amazed by it because the way they just created the image in my head of these bunch of kids who are there. It has just stopped raining or it's about to start raining or something like that. Three or four kids are there in the alley, they are playing cricket, and then there's these two aunties chatting from opposite sides of the road, and then there is one more who's preparing jalebis, and then there is
yeah,
one uncle who's watching these kids, and then there's a gang of smaller kids who's putting like paper boats in like a stream. I just sat there and I was like, they have created such a nice image of this in my brain, where like everything is slightly dark blue because of the clouds and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm never gonna forget this. And you would most likely fail if you don't put in 100% to show it in an actual sense. What they did with Malgudi Days was they upped it. Like they did such a great job doing it, and I think most of it was shot in Banshankari area or Baswangudi, either of them. I
yeah.
always get them
No, no,
Mangodi.
no,
confused.
no.
Where
They
was it
took
shot?
a village near Agumbe and they made the set there.
Oh,
And there they shot.
But there was something which they shot in Banshankari or Baswangudi, right? Back in the day,
They have
I
like
can't remember.
see for Malgudi days there are two different. One, the first half or
Yeah,
some parts of it like Swami and Friends was shot
it's
by
Swami and
Shankar Nag,
Friends.
which
Yeah,
had Girish
yeah,
Karnad, Vaishali Kasarwalli and all. And then
yes.
the few modern ones with Anant Nag and a lot more actors was shot by Kavita Lankesh. So probably
Uh-huh.
the Kavita Lankesh ones they did it in like as you told some parts Panshankari and all. But
Yeah.
like the original one, they actually had set up a set near a village in Agumbe or something, if I'm not wrong.
Oh,
That's where
bro,
they
very
shot.
beautiful. Remember the episode where they ordered like cricket bats and stuff
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
with the
See,
help
Rajam
of
is very rich. Rajam,
Rajam is Srinath's son.
son, yeah. Rohit Srinath.
Yeah, he was.
Rohit Srinath.
I remember watching him in the show first time. I was like, I've seen him somewhere, and then I remembered he's in the song that Nagu Endide from
Ah,
Pallavi Anupallavi, right? I saw him. I
and
was
then
like,
Mani.
I've seen him, right? Like, yeah.
Mani was crazy, man. Mani is a great
Oh,
character.
he's also somebody's son only, right? I don't know.
It was so simple. Like there was this one episode where they're like fighting. Okay, Swami,
Rajam and
Mani,
Mani,
and Raj
right?
are like
Yeah, they're
fighting. Are
like,
like fighting with
oh,
some other bunch of kids, and they're like, "Hum usko marenge," and they take all the kasrat madadella iruttala, and they take and they're about to go and fight with each other, and then suddenly someone gets mango pickle. Now they just forget and they're just sitting on the banks of the river eating pickle. That's it. That's resolved. They just resolved the fight and then they
yeah,
become best friends.
No, it
And
shows
then
like the
there's one
whole
episode.
Bangalore vibe so beautiful, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು
Yeah.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ they capture that. And Malgudi stands for that, right? Malleshwaram to
And
Baswangudi.
the Basanguri mix ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು.
Yeah, that's what it
And
okay, I
R.K.
found
shows.
it.
Lakshman's drawing is good. It just
Most of the
enhances.
series was shot in Agumbe village in Shimoga district, Karnataka. Some episodes were filmed in Bengaluru, and some
Hmm.
others in Devrayandurga, located in Tumkur district in Karnataka. You guys
ಏನು
have been to Devrayandurga, right?
Yeah, yeah, ಅದನ್ನ
Yeah.
Bro, I've had like one of my best family trips were in Devrayandurga. I just remember making a lot of money
Malgudi
on
days was
cards. Kids don't gamble,
peak.
and I also remember playing cricket there up there. It's really nice, and it
it's
was mad
beautiful
foggy
place
and
there.
stuff. One episode, Nitya, was shot entirely in Devrayandurga.
Hmm. Nitya, I think I've seen. I've seen all, bro. I've seen
I've
all the
seen
short
all,
stories of
yeah.
Swami and friends. Yeah. Swami was such a good character. Him and his grandmom, the bond they shared.
Yeah.
And then like
Remember the episode
Money
where
was like
he's
the poorest
scared?
of them all.
Yeah, Money was the poorest. That episode where
Yeah.
Swami is scared of the sleeping in his dad's office,
Yeah.
and then
And
there's like a
once
light
he
or
runs
something.
away, no, and then he's lost in the jungle.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then he's like brought back by the forest officers.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Swami is a little dramatic boy. Very, very good
Yeah.
though. Like
When his younger, is that a sister who's born, a
ha
younger
ha
sister?
ha,
Or...
yeah, yeah. He gets a bit angry also at this.
Yeah, yeah,
मेरे से प्यार नहीं करेंगे.
Recently, I was seeing one like on reel ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆನೆ, where like Master Manjunath there.
Master,
He
he
says
keeps
that,
worsening.
yeah, yeah, he says like what माँ मेरे को दूध देती है, उसी से तो मेरे को कसरत करने की शक्ति मिलती
Ah,
है, something like that he says. It's so cute, man. Like gives so much ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೊಂಥರ
you watch it
the
and you
aesthetic
forget
that
all the sadness. Okay, I will conclude now. We can cut it afterwards.
Sondesh,
Okay.
this
conclusion. ಮಾಡಮ್ಮ
Nana.
ಮತ್ ನೀನೇ ತಾನೇ
Okay,
ಹೇಳಿದ್
okay.
ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡು.
Okay, fine. So that was the end of our discussion about Indian TV shows and Indian serials. Hope you liked this episode. And if you did, please drop a like, subscribe, and share, and do the usual stuff. And yeah, that would be really nice if you could do that for us.
गाइस
So
बेल
yeah,
आइकन
see you
दबाना
next.
मत भूलिए गाइस थैंक यू फॉर वाचिंग और बहुत अच्छा लगा
और लाइक
Yeah,
करना
so see you
बिल्कुल
guys.
ना भूलिएगा गाइस, प्लीज.
Say who
शब्बा खैर
says Shabba
कैलाश
Khair, good night, goodbye, who's that?
Simon
That
says
is Simon.
I was
That
about
is
to say
Simon.
शब्बा खैर कैलाश
That is
खेर
Simon says.
Oh,
happy married
really?
life
Okay, okay.
Shabba khair, Kailash khair.
happy married life
Happy married life.
Okay.
Now he is like
I actually like cinnamon toast cans like if today's your birthday happy birthday
Yeah,
anyone
shout out to Simon says.
Oh, the horoscope thing. Actually, we can make that into another episode. That was very funny when we read the horoscopes.
we can do that stuff, bro. That'll be nice, actually.
Yeah, that was actually funny. And
There's
people
so
are
much.
like absolutely not understanding what we were saying. Even Shriram wasn't there that day when we were talking about it. Anyway, I
Just
think we again went totally off topic. I'm gonna say anyway for the 960th time again. And
yeah,
yeah, bye.
right.